Aquarius, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. So, we're going to do a Celtic cross today, see what's going on. Keep in mind that Aquarius doesn't have to be just your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus. You can have any placement, or if you don't have a placement, a planet placement, you have a house that occupies Aquarius. So, let's see what's going on for you. What's going on for Aquarius? Tell me, what's up? Oh. Possibly needing to put up some boundaries. Is that kind of what's going on right now? Possibly. Challenging you. We've got the Mars card. Okay. The root. We've got the Eight of Cups. Recent past. We've got the Summer card. Your higher self, we've got the Autumn card. Immediate future, we've got Justice. How do you feel? The Eight of Swords. How do they feel? We've got the external party, hopes and fears. We've got the Ace of Water, so that's some healing. The outcome, union, soulmates. Well, all right, Aquarius. So this feels like maybe you've had to set up some boundaries, and you've been working through healing yourself. Maybe you've been feeling unworthy because what's challenging you is Mars. So this is the planet of, passion, lust, anger, attraction. It's basically the Knight of Wands. And so you might have been dealing with somebody who's, coming in, getting what they need, having fun, great passion, whoosh, rolling right out. So whoever this is, you've had some strong attraction towards, but they also have not had any staying power. And so you're currently trying to heal yourself. You're trying to get yourself worthiness back, and you're setting boundaries. The whole root cause of this is the Eight of Cups. So it feels like you're at a point where you probably need to walk away emotionally, maybe because the person you were connecting to wasn't there emotionally. They were there passionately, but they were not there in a relationship, right? It was a situationship. And so the whole root is, both of you are not on the same page when it comes to emotions. In the recent past, we're in summertime right now. I'm getting the feeling that this is somebody you have been dealing with since last summer. is what I'm getting. And your higher self with the autumn card is your higher self is saying, hey, you know, it's time to clear this. It's time to let the past be the past, and time to start something new, right? In the immediate future, we have justice here. So there could be a truth coming out. There could be this person maybe coming back to make things right. Maybe there was a realization that they did something wrong and they need to correct it. You're feeling, you're in the Nine of Swords right now. So you're dealing with shadow work, right? Like I said, you're currently sitting with boundaries, trying to get your self-worth back and hold your values. So it's been tough for you. It's been a struggle. You haven't felt good about it. You obviously had emotions for this person, and, they were fun. They like to come in and have fun. Now, they're currently dealing, yes, external parties. So they're possibly still dealing with karmic partners. Just other people. Maybe they were just lightly dating other people is kind of what I'm hearing. So I'm getting a sense that you were in this for the sole purpose of it going somewhere. So instead of it being a situationship, more of a relationship. They were having situationships where I think, they were just kind of out dating people, right? Not really sure who they wanted to settle down with. The hopes and fears here is I think you're hoping that this person will come back with a romantic offer to heal. But I also think you're worried that it won't happen. But you've got the possible outcome is soulmate union. Now, with that being said, could it be this person coming back with a romantic offer to renew or to actually get out of a situationship and be in a relationship? Possibly. Or it could be somebody completely new coming in the near future. Okay. So it's funny. A lot of these Celtic cross readings that I'm doing, we are currently in the retrograde, Mercury retrograde in the sign of Cancer. And yes, people do start to sit in their feelings. They start to think about unfinished business, unfinished conversations, possibly wanting to come back and, heal. So it doesn't surprise me that this is happening. So let's go to let's just jump to the Mars card where it's the Knight of Wands, them coming in, having fun, but maybe not really being serious, maybe being a little flaky, like I said, dating around, and maybe that wasn't discussed. Where, like I said, you thought it was going to go somewhere, but they weren't ready for that. So let's go to this Mars, please. The Knight of Wands. Tell me more. Page of Pentacles. Six of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. You know, it almost makes me feel like you were making this person feel really good because you were there for solid reasons. Like I said, you wanted a relationship, not a situationship. And so it made this person feel really good, you know, got them in their ego, you know, they're like, oh, wow. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes when people's egos get blown up, shall I say, because they have a lot of people interested in them. You know, they're attractive, maybe they're good in bed, that kind of thing. They're, you know, a good time. They take you out. You know, it's fire energy. It's, you know, excitement. And so while they provided excitement, you coming towards them, you know, really wanting to learn everything about them, really wanting to put in the work and get a relationship out of it. It was solid from you, and it did kind of get their ego blown up. And what happens is sometimes when they're still in that Knight of Wands energy where they're dating other people, it's almost as if you gave them enough energy to make them feel so confident that it made them feel good getting attention from other people. Because it's almost like in the back of their mind, they possibly knew you wanted a relationship. So in their mind, I think they thought, Aquarius, well, they'll still be around. Because I know they want more. I get that, right? Because you were so willing to put the work in with somebody that was still very flighty. So you were more solid than they were, and it gave them an energy boost. So while they were out still playing the field, seeing what else was out there, they knew that you were still there. Okay. What about the let's go to this Eight of Cups. Ten of Cups. Nine of Cups. Yeah. Eight of Swords. You know, it's almost as if you didn't see that all the love and emotional energy you were pouring in, like I said, it almost made them, you know, the Nine of Cups it's not a bad card because it means somebody's, their wish fulfillment is there. It's coming true. For you, you felt they were your wish fulfillment, right? Um, for them, it was like they were taking, like I was saying, an advantage of how you felt because they knew that. So it was like they didn't feel they needed to put in the emotional energy because you were already doing it. So you were doing it for the both of you. And so they weren't giving back. So you and they're not giving it to anybody because they're the Knight of Wands. They're very flaky. They're not giving it to anybody, but all the emotion and love, you didn't see you were doing it all. And that's why they were not emotionally giving it back. You were already doing the work for the both of you, which that doesn't work. And I don't blame you. I've been there. I've done the same thing. So what is what about the summer? Yeah, there's the Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Yeah, they held back. They held back, they stood their ground, they protected themselves. They never emotionally got involved. You did. And this was I think from last summer. They always guarded themselves and protected themselves from going in too deep. And either it started last summer or that was when you met them was last summer. And they immediately came into this blocked, right? I'm going to protect myself. I'm just the King of Wands. I'm here to have fun. I don't want anything else. Or at least I think I don't want anything else. The Empress. I think they knew you were the real deal. I think they knew you were the real deal, so they purposely held back and protected themselves from getting too deep with you. So, an Empress and a Knight of Wands, I mean, there's no comparison. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're here, they're here. And it's almost like they didn't know how to be at your level. So they came in fun, protecting themselves, maybe for fear they would fall in deep with you. But they were not at your level. So they didn't know how to show the love and support that you did with all the cups. But you didn't see that's what was happening, right? At the time. When you were connecting with them, you didn't see it. Sometimes love is blind because you're fully open to the experience, but they were not. Okay, so what about the autumn, your higher self? There's the Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. You know, it's like your higher self is like, you know, if you take a break, take a rest, clear your mind, you know, like I was saying, the autumn card is about the past being over, you know, clearing out what's happened. You know, this is a soul growth period for you. So I feel like either last autumn because summertime is when you either met up with this person or that was when they started to shut down. I kind of get that's when you kind of initially met up with this person, and by autumn time, you started to pull back, put your boundaries up. You were trying to get over what had happened because they weren't coming around and staying, so obviously you didn't see them very often. But during the autumn time, you started to get very grounded. So, with this person coming in with all this fire and passion and action, you almost realized you needed to ground yourself and get yourself single and connected back with you, your own personal self, by pulling away from this person because they may have been too much fun that got you all wrapped up in your emotions and giving so much. You started to realize that, okay, I need to have better intentions for myself. You're more than just a fun time, right? You're an empress. You've started to build yourself into this queen who's, probably got a great job. You pay your own bills. You're an empress. You look good. You feel good. You're doing well financially. It's not like you have to be with this person. And I'm also hearing sometimes you may have even footed the bill. That's not for all of you, but that's for somebody. You were footing the bill a lot, or from time to time, with this Knight of Wands. I don't like that because it's giving me swin swindler vibes, right? If they're kind of like this fun time, they can't afford to take all these people out on dates, but if they can wrap themselves up into one person who does well, who is an empress, who's a queen, who's doing well, making good money, then from time to time, if they can get you to pay for the fun time, well, they're getting everything they want, and you're opening up all your emotions trying to get this situation to a relationship. And they know this, like I told you. They knew you were solid and you would be there while they still ran off. But I am hearing that you were footing the bill sometimes for this person because you were so single and independent. I don't like that. All right, I just heard in the near future, the karmic justice. I am feeling, I got major chills on this one, is you are going to have a true lover coming in. Tell me about the justice. Two of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. While this person is out playing the field, spreading that passion everywhere. That quick, they were probably really quick. I think I'm hearing that too. That's probably not for all of you, but for some of you, they didn't last long, right? It was quick. While they're out spreading they're pollinating, shall I say, pollinating all these options and not really sticking around because bees, they go to different flowers, right? They got to pollinate everything. While they were busy pollinating all the options, you have a King of Pentacles coming in. Now, remember I said you are the Queen of Pentacles. So you're going to have your match coming in. This person's still just a knight of knight of wands, right? They're out pollinating all different options. You know, they're real busy. While they're real busy doing that, your karma is coming in. Justice is being served. You have a King of Pentacles that's coming towards you. Tell me about this Knight of Wands with the external parties, the karmic partners, just pollinating a bunch of flowers. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Six of Pentacles. Yeah. Giving to this one, giving to that one, opening up a new cup of love. And it's not love. They're not giving. They're making people think, I'm here for the love. I love you, baby. It's a swindler. That's exactly what's happening. And they're like, I'm giving to you. I'm giving to you. I'm going to give to you. They're sharing all these options of love. They're wanting all of you, and you probably don't even know about each other, but this Knight of Wands wants everybody to share their cup of love with them. You know, they're opening up like, I love you, you know, and it's not. It's a swindler is what they're doing. So what is this Ace of... We need the bee spray. I'm sorry. Okay, tell me about this Ace of Air. So your hopes and fears is, I think you're hoping for a romantic offer. But what does it have anything to do with this? Oh, we're just calling him a swindler, because that's what it feels like. Sun. Oh. Ten of Swords fell out in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you're hoping that you can have a romantic offer. Okay, have somebody come in that's compassionate, right? Warm and loving with the sun. And it's going to take the pain away from what you dealt with this person. Because whoever's coming in is coming in. Whoever this King of Wands is coming in. They're solid. They're sticking around. The Ten of Pentacles. They want to build a future with you. They want to talk about retirement. Like, they're going to look that far out with you. This person was just in a few hours, in a couple of nights, if you were lucky, once a month, if that. And oh, by the way, you footed the bill sometimes. No, you are meeting your match who has their own bank account, just like you do. They work hard just like you do. They're going to open up. They're going to share their resources with you. Okay? It's going to take away this horrible ending. You're going to shut this person out for good. And your hope is correct. You are going to have that person who's solid, who's going to stick around. Meanwhile, this schmuggapuck is pollinating everything. And I'm not even going to show you this card. I mean, I feel... You know what? You know what I'm talking about. And I know I shouldn't be showing you this. And that's not what is really being depicted on the card. But the fact that this guy's like, hey, looking down at her, hey, baby, we're, everybody's got to share me. Just take a look at this cup, okay? Look at the cup. I'm not even going to say anything else. I think you can figure it out. And I probably should not have shown you that, but that's where my mind went. That cup is overflowing with, okay? That's trash, okay? Let's go to the union here. Let's talk about the union. The lover coming in. Okay? A proposal, right? Of solid, where are we living? Where do we want to build our house? Where do we want our kids to go to school? Like whatever stage you are in your life, where do we want to have our retirement home? That kind of person that's sticking around, that is sunshine. They're warm. I got chills. They're warm. They're the type that are going to take you out during the day, not just at night. The Knight of Wands makes me think nighttime, right? Coming in for nighttime, pollinating, have a little drip of my cup. You know what I'm talking about. Ugh. Okay. I'm sorry. Look, I don't mind a good roll in the hay, but it's got to be with somebody who's sticking around. I'm a Scorpio. I usually pick my targets and that's the one, right? I don't mind that cup. I don't mind that cup with the one person that I want, though. So I have nothing against good cups like that, right? Just not with young pollinators. All right, tell me about this union for Aquarius. The Three of Pentacles. Yes. That's somebody you can collaborate with. You can start to build that foundation, whatever it is to you, whatever stage of life you're in. Queen of Wands. Man, this is somebody that's going to make you feel confident and beautiful and sexy again, right? Like, you thought maybe this person did, but what was really happening is, like I said, you were pouring your energy into them and you were making them and their ego feeling sexy, but they were a Knight of Wands, man. They couldn't go any further. This person's going to make you feel sexy and beautiful and confident. Not only, you're this Queen of Pentacles who's carrying and sharing resources and solid and who has a bank account and works and does everything, right? They're going to make you feel sexy. They're going to take you out to get your nails done, or, if you're a guy, they're going to, tell you how sexy that, beard looks on you, or that mustache. They're going to make you feel handsome rather than just I'm just going to leave it there. You can't make this shit up, people. Two of Cups. You guys are going to share that unit twice. Yes. We have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. That's karma, baby. That's karma at its finest. Look at that. Two of Cups, clarifying the union, the Two of Cups. Man, you both are going to be sexy little biatches. Building that foundation. It's like building that empire. I mean, that's karma at its finest. Yes. Hold on. So the Knight of Wands, right? You got the Knight of Wands. Hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. You got the Knight of Wands that would pull this on you. No. Now you got somebody who toots your horn and you toot theirs. So you're getting rid of that Knight of Wands person. That's karma, baby. It's all coming in for you. I love this, Aquarius. This is beautiful. Do I want to do anything else? Angel number. This one. We're going to get you an angel number to close this out. I know it's been rough and you gave in to this night, but boy, you pulled back, you took a rest on it, you're an empress, baby. You're going to show this Knight of Wands what a real situation relationship is about. Meanwhile, they're just going to be stuck pollinating, probably catching something and sharing it, you know? The gift that keeps on giving. I'm sorry, it's just, you know, when they're young and dumb like that and full of, you know what I'm talking about. Self-care. Didn't we have, hold up. Self-worth, self-care. 7, 8, 9. Practice self-care. Ensure you're getting enough rest and engaging in activities that bring joy into your life. You're putting that self-care back into you. You know, you poured all those emotions and love, and this person just, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-indulgent, man. They just took all of your energy and your love, knowing it was still going to be there while they were still going off just having fun because they thought that they could come back. But you have a King of Pentacles coming in. You know, my question is, like, is there a timing card? Maybe this autumn? I don't know. Let's just, it isn't going to be the same for everybody because we're all on different timelines. Let me pull this real quick. When is this King of Pentacles coming in for Aquarius? Let's just see. Well, maybe I might pull a couple of timing cards. In February, for some of you, it'll be this February. Ooh, just in time for Valentine's Day. What else? Ooh. This month. Stop it. Where are we at? We're still in the beginning of July, baby. Some of you, this is happening this month. Autumn, like I'd said the first time, in October. So some of you, this is happening right now. Others of you, this will be in early, you know, fall. And then others, it'll be in the winter time, which really, I mean, it's not that far off, you know, for the timing cards. So Aquarius, man, I tell you what, I like seeing karma play out in its finest. I don't care what happens to that pollinator. Like, I think we can figure out what's going to happen. So we'll just leave that be. I hope this resonated. I hope it helped. And if it does, you know, subscribe, share, like, comment. That helps the channel and it helps to get this, like you see, that everybody's on different timelines. So this reading can get out to others who need to see it and realize that they have karmic justice coming in, right? It's coming in. It's coming in for everybody in different times. So I love you guys. Till the next one, I'll talk to you soon.